Good day and welcome to Global Watch on your digital First Pan-African News Network, TOS TV. I am Abigail Okwade. The U.S. military has carried out an airstrike targeting Iran-backed militia in Syria, the Pentagon says. The attack destroyed multiple facilities located at a border control point used by a number of Iranian-backed militant groups, it said. The Pentagon said the strikes were retaliation for a rocket attack in Iraq on February 15 that killed one civilian contractor and wounded a U.S. service member and other coalition troops. The airstrike is the first military action undertaken by the Biden administration, which in its first weeks has emphasized its intent to put more focus on the challenges posed by China, even as Middle East threats persist. Biden's decision to attack in Syria did not appear to signal an intention to widen U.S. military involvement in the region, but rather to demonstrate a will to defend U.S. troops in Iraq.
We're confident in the target that we went after. We know what we hit. And we're confident that that target was being used by the same Shia militia that conducted the strikes.
Pentagon spokesman John Kirby said the U.S. action was a proportionate military response taken together with diplomatic measures, including consultation with coalition partners. The operation sent an unambiguous message. President Biden will act to protect American and coalition personnel, Kirby said. U.S. President Joe Biden talked by phone with King Salman of Saudi Arabia as he seeks to put relations with America's old ally on a new footing. Biden made the call after reading a forthcoming U.S. report in the murder of Saudi Arabia journalist Jamal Khashoggi. He affirmed the importance the U.S. places on universal human rights and the rule of law, the White House says. There was no mention of Khashoggi by name in the White House statement. The two leaders discussed the long-standing partnership between the United States and Saudi Arabia and the threat posed to Saudi Arabia by pro-Iranian groups. They also affirmed the historic nature of the relationship and agreed to work together on mutual issues of concern and interest. Away from the United States, India Coast Guard has found 81 survivors and 8 dead on a boat crammed with Rohingya refugees adrift in the Andaman Sea, an Indian Foreign Ministry official said. The official on Friday added that the survivors will not be allowed to enter Indian territory. A refugee was missing, Foreign Ministry spokesman Anurang said about the rescue on Thursday. The boat had set off on February 11 from Cox's Bazar in Bangladesh, where refugee camps have been established for more than 1 million Rohingya who fled a military crackdown in neighboring Myanmar in 2017. After 4 days at sea, the boat's engine failed and the Rohingya ran out of food and water. Many of them were ill and suffering from extreme dehydration by the time they were rescued, Shrivastava said. 2 Indian Coast Guard ships were sent to help the refugees, 23 of whom were children, and the Indian government is in discussions with Bangladesh to ensure their safe return, he said. Authorities in Bangladesh said on Monday they were unaware of any boats leaving the camps. Bangladesh has prevented a number of attempts by refugees to sail into the sea in the past few years, as human traffickers often lure them with the prospect of a better life in Malaysia or Indonesia. The United Nations Refugee Agency had raised the alarm earlier this week over the missing boats. UK Supreme Court rules no return for SHAMIMA BEGUM and developments on COVID-19 after the break. Do stay tuned. Welcome back. Last July, the Court of Appeal ruled that the only fair way forward to allow SHAMIMA BEGUM into the UK because she could not effectively appeal against the decision from the camp in northern Syria. The Home Office subsequently appealed to the Supreme Court to reconsider the Court of Appeal judgment, arguing that allowing her to return to the UK would create significant national risks.
The result of the Supreme Court's unanimous decision is that Ms. Begum's appeal against the leave to enter decision is dismissed. Her application for judicial review of the leave to enter decision is dismissed. and her application for judicial review of SIAC's decision in her appeal against the deprivation decision is also dismissed.
Judge Reed added that this is not a perfect solution, as it is not known for how long it may be before it is possible, but there is no perfect solution to a dilemma of the present kind. On COVID-19 development, the Sri Lankan government has lifted a controversial ban on the burial of bodies of people whose deaths were caused by the COVID-19 disease. A health ministry spokesman said the ban was lifted on Friday after months of protest, mainly by Muslim groups and international pressure. In March last year, the government imposed regulations that said the bodies of COVID-19 victims could only be cremated. The rule bans burial, saying the virus could spread by contaminating groundwater. But Muslim groups insisted the government's decision had no scientific base and warned that the ban lifted as cremating a body went against their Islamic faith. On Wednesday, Muslim parliamentarians urged Pakistani Prime Minister Imran Khan, who was visiting the country, to take up the issue with the Sri Lankan political leaders. The World Health Organization and Sri Lankan Doctors Group had said COVID-19 victims can either be buried or cremated. Sri Lanka has witnessed 459 deaths due to the coronavirus, with more than 82,000 people testing positive since January of last year. The island nation is predominantly Buddhist country, where it is customary for Buddhists and Hindus, the second largest religious group, to cremate the dead. German Chancellor Angela Merkel has said the European Union must prepare to vaccinate for new coronavirus variants over the coming years after EU leaders discuss ways to fight new variants of the virus, step up inoculations and save Europe's tourism industry from another ruinous summer. The 27 EU leaders agreed on Thursday to keep tight restrictions on public life and free movement in place as the bloc races against the emergence of new variants that may hamper an economic rebound. Angela Merkel said, and I quote, "We have to prepare for a situation where we have to continuously vaccinate for a longer period of time, maybe over years due to new coronavirus variants, akin to the situation we know from the flu," said Angela Merkel, end of quote.
I am not a programmer, so I cannot make any guarantees, like I cannot guarantee vaccine deliveries. But the political requirements are to reach this goal within the next few months.
The Executive European Commission told the leaders that 51.5 million doses of vaccines have so far been delivered across the EU and 29.17 million administered, with about 5% of citizens having had their first dose. Faced with a pandemic that killed more than 900,000 people in Europe and thrust the continent into a deepest recession, EU leaders agreed to work on vaccine certificates, which southern countries hope will unlock tourism this summer. Still on COVID-19 vaccination, the Queen of England, Queen Elizabeth, has urged the public to think about other people and get a COVID jab when they are offered one. The monarch, who is 94, and the Duke of Edinburgh, 99, received their first dose of the vaccine in January. In a video call with health leaders delivering the COVID-19 vaccine across the UK, the Queen was asked about her experience of having the jab. She smiled and replied, and I quote, "Well, as far as I can make out, it was quite harmless. It was very quick, and I've had lots of letters from people who have been very surprised by how easy it was to get the vaccine." The monarch said she understood getting a jab could be a difficult experience for some people, but urged everyone to think about other people rather than themselves. The Queen also said the speed of the UK's vaccination rollout had been remarkable so far. Speaking to the 4 officials overseeing the program in England, Scotland, Wales and Northern Ireland, she added, "Keep up the good work." And that is Global Watch on your digital First Pan-African News Network, TOS TV. For more updates, do visit our website at www.tostvnetwork.com. Do follow and like TOS TV Network on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. And remember to subscribe on YouTube. Remain safe and bye for now.